Hi, Chef Mark here from Mark's Easy Kitchen. Today I'm preparing cottage pie. Cottage pie and shepherd's pie are pretty much the same thing, except shepherd's pie is made traditionally using lamb and cottage pie is made using beef. Otherwise, they're the same dish. Now, Rolling Stones guitarist Keith Richards is a huge shepherd's pie fan. Rumor has it he won't go on stage unless he eats shepherd's pie first. I'm not sure how true that is, but I've read his autobiography, Life, and he does devote a few pages to shepherd's pie. He even includes his own recipe, which is very similar to the one I'm making today. So, cottage pie, excellent meal, good comfort food, delicious, and most of all, easy. And I'm going to show you how to make it. First of all, let's go over our ingredients. Now, the first thing I have is 2 pounds of lean ground beef, 1 cup of carrots, 1 cup of frozen peas, 1 large onion, 1 cup of celery. I have 1 cup of beef broth, 1/2 cup of cream, salt and pepper, 1/4 cup of flour, 3 tablespoons of ketchup, 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce, 3 garlic cloves, and 1/4 cup of butter. I also have 6 russet potatoes. Now, the first thing I want to do is I've peeled my potatoes, so I want to cut them in half. So I'll cut them in half, and then I'll cut them in half again, and then I'll cross-cut them into smaller pieces. I'm going to put them in a pot with about maybe a tablespoon of salt, and I'm going to cook those up. And while I'm waiting for my potatoes to boil, I'm going to start browning my meat. So I have a little bit of olive oil in the bottom of my pot. I put my meat in there. I'm going to start to brown that on somewhere between medium and high heat. Now once the pink disappears and starting to cook, I'm going to add my onion, and I'm going to stir that in really good. Then I'll add my celery, and I'll just mix all that around. And then after that, I'm going to add my carrot, and I'll just keep mixing everything and stirring. Now I'm going to add my ketchup, and after I've added my ketchup, I'm going to add my Worcestershire. Now, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to add my flour first. Some people prefer to add their broth first, but I'm going to add my flour and just give it a chance to cook. So I'm going to put my flour in and stir that around really good. Now at this point, I'm going to lower the heat down to somewhere between low and medium, because once you add the flour, it has a tendency to stick and to possibly burn. You don't want to do that. So now I've got my flour in there. I'm going to add my beef broth. I'm going to add a 1/2 cup at a time. So I'll add a 1/2 cup of beef broth, stir that around. Then I'll add the other 1/2 cup. Now I'm going to throw in some salt and pepper. I'm going to put everything together. And I'm going to put a lid on and just let it simmer for a few minutes. In the meantime, my potatoes should be cooked. So I'm going to take my potatoes off and drain them. Once they're drained, I'm going to add some butter, add some salt and pepper, and then I'm going to mash them up, and I'm going to start adding my cream. Once I've got my cream in there, I'll continue to mash, and I'll probably even use an egg beater just to whip them up really good. Now I have a 11 by 8 inch casserole dish. I've sprayed it with some no stick. What I'm going to do now is take my meat mixture and add my frozen peas to it, kind of like at the last minute. Just mix my frozen peas into that. Then I'm going to take my meat mixture and put it into my casserole dish. Just pat everything down real good. Now I'll take my potatoes and just put a dollop here and a dollop there and just kind of even it all out. Once I have my potatoes on top of my meat, then what I'm going to do is make a fancy little design with a fork. Put it in the oven at 350 for about 30 minutes, and then pretty soon I'll have myself some cottage pie. So it's in the oven at 350. Now we wait. Okay, so our cottage pie is out of the oven. It was in there for about 35 minutes. The last 5 minutes I had it on broil, but I kept a close eye on it to make sure that it didn't burn. So anyways, it smells good, looks good, and I'm sure it tastes good, and I can't wait to try it. So here we go. Okay, I'm just going to cut myself a piece here. Well, it looks really good. Oh man, look at that. Oh, nice and hot too. Oh, just steaming away. Potatoes look really good. Oh, that's good. First thing I taste is the beef, and the potatoes ain't far behind, let me tell you. Very, very flavorful. That's good. Very good. Very nice. Real comfort food. Well, there it is, my friends. Cottage pie made easy. Until we eat again, I'm Chef Mark from Mark's Easy Kitchen. Cheers.
Wow.
Hi, me again. Today when I make cottage pie I use beef, but you can use lamb, poultry, or even a plant-based product. And if you want spices, try using rosemary or thyme. Today I used raw carrots, but frozen carrots work very well. And also I thickened my meat mixture today with flour, but cornstarch works very well too. And I also used beef broth, but you can use chicken or veg. The potatoes I used were russet potatoes, but really any kind of potatoes will work, even instant potatoes. And if you want to jazz them up a bit, try adding some Parmesan cheese, or maybe some chives or parsley. Or at the last minute, sprinkle on some paprika for color. If you want to get real fancy, try piping them on with a piping bag. You know, cooking can be difficult, but doesn't have to be. So go ahead, be the cook, be the chef, be the mad scientist in your own kitchen. The people you cook for, let them be your guinea pigs. Just don't poison anyone. So go ahead, have fun, keep on cooking, and bon appetit, my friends. Bye-bye now.